All right, Brittany Verner reporting a little bit of an audio difficulty, but now WDSU first warning weather Doppler radar. Look at that, severe storms headed right towards Omaha. That's where we're going to start tonight. I know if you're watching the game, well, you're probably not watching the newscast, but those watching this newscast, this is very important. LSU, I'm going to put the storm track at about 20-25 miles per hour from at least those first lightning strikes, because when they get within 10 miles, I'm going to take a guesstimate, that's usually around 10 miles closes in where lightning can reach you from storms up to about 10 miles away. It shows that the potential it could be in Omaha here by this track at 7:49. So the game already underway. We'll let Sports Director Fletcher Mackel fill you in on exactly what's happening with the top of the first, and so we got our picture that's up. So we do see WDSU first warning weather Doppler radar with a couple last lingering isolated storms here this evening, and we've got, at least putting in motion over the last 15 minutes, we've got a couple of last lingering showers north shore, but nothing really heavy between Hammond and Covington here. Do have some heavier downpours though as you get closer to Thibodaux, so I'm watching this in the northwest Terrebonne Parish, or northwest Lafourche Parish rather, St. James here, St. James Parish. So we do have a heavier thunderstorm right there, and that looks to be the one lone storm that we have. Real quickly with the recap of the temperatures, then right into the forecast, which is more the same with what we had essentially over the last couple of weeks, it seems. 80s, very high dew points, feels more like 90 right now. So we actually have the added enhancement with a feature of a system that sits up a few miles in the air that is just north of us, the leftovers of fronts and energy still at ground level, and the heat and humidity, of course. So as this system starts to move away, the thought process here is we still have storms tomorrow, but we'll start to decrease the storm chances heading into midweek on Wednesday. And then as we go even further in time at the end of the week to the weekend, I got storms more isolated in nature. So seeing the storms across the region, we can see a cluster near the Houston area once again. It could come into play with meaning if that energy is here tomorrow morning, then it's morning storms once again. So that's really what it's about here, the timing. Is it morning? Does it hold off until later? Steamy 70s to start off Tuesday morning yet again. Grand Island's at an 82. We get into Tuesday. Our forecast is more late morning and through the day, a typical heat of the day storms rolling through. But again, I want to see what happens with our nighttime data at WDSU News at 10 that I'll have with you. Temperatures up to about 90. Of course, the heat index even hotter, could range from 100, 105. Wednesday, we start to see the storms firing up potentially by midday, some storms through the afternoon. But again, it's about a 40% chance, and I think temperatures up a little further. We're up to about 92. Heat index could be closer to 105. So this is going to be making the Mackel Celebrity Scramble one that we watch for the start and the tee-off times there at noon. There's a chance of those storms here, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Stormy start to the week, more widely scattered midweek, and I got more isolated storms end of the week. Track of the tropics. We do have a few tropical waves, and we've got a double-barreled high in the Atlantic. Nothing ongoing here in the Gulf. There's just some cloud cover. There's some stormy weather that's over us right now. Central American gyre. Do start to see some spin, but again, these have been Pacific systems that is going to be the next storm that happens in the Pacific but goes west. And just not seeing much in the main development region and storms coming off of Africa. So the thing is here, Saharan dust is still a little layer there right into that main development region too, but nothing being forecast over the next 7 days. Rain chances you can see start to decrease through midweek, going to more isolated in nature by the end of the week. WDSU first warning weather 7-day. Here you can start to see the 90s through the end of the week. The rain chances decrease. The temperatures go up a bit. Summer solstice on Friday. Hot one.